Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all had a great weekend. First of all, I want to apologize for the lighting because I'm actually making this video at home. Hopefully you guys can see it. Anyway, so as I mentioned in my last week's video, this week I'm going to talk about a little bit about carb cycling. So carb cycling is actually a nutrition plan have been used by many professionals in terms of weight loss or fat loss, and also some of the professional athletes are using this plan to help them increase their overall performance. Now, as per my own personal experience, I used carb cycling about 4 years ago for almost 2 years. I worked really well on myself as well. So I just thought I should make a video to share some basic fundamental knowledge or information on how carb cycling works, and this is really a good plan for you. So what is carb cycling? Basically, it's the way of eating when you alternate between the days with high carb intake and the days with low carb intake. Now, to better demonstrate this concept, I made a little picture here. Hopefully you can see it. Might not be the best picture you've ever seen, but it should work. Alright, I'm hoping my camera will be able to focus. Alright, so as you can see here, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that little arrow up on Monday with an H in it, that's a high carb day. And then we'll have a low carb day, then a high carb day, low carb day, then Friday is high carb day again, Saturday low carb day, and Sunday is high carb day. So this is basically the basic pattern of eating when you do the carb cycling. So you probably want to ask me, why carb cycling? Why not protein cycling or fat cycling? The reason why is because our body mainly operates on carbs. About 45 to 65% of your calories should be coming from carbs every day, and the carbs has a huge impact and also relationship with our hormone and also metabolism. So when you try to manipulate carbs, you're able to manipulate your hormone and metabolism as well. Now I understand carb has gained a lot of bad reputation in the past 2 or 3 decades. The reason why is because nowadays I think we're consuming too much simple carbs, like the refined sugar or processed food. Now these carbs are really bad for you because they have a lot of chemicals in it, so it's actually going to damage your hormone and also metabolism as well. What you are really supposed to be eating are the complex carbs, which are the fruits and the vegetables. So when you eat these carbs, it's like putting a premium fuel into your car, so your car or your body will be able to perform much better. That's the reason why we do the carb cycling, because by manipulating carbs and also the time of eating carbs, you're able to actually maximize your weight loss goal and also increase your overall performance. Because we all have a different fitness goals and a lifestyle, one cycle pattern works for you might not be working for the different person the same way. So with that being said, we actually have 4 different kinds of carb cyclings. I hope you can see this. Please focus. Okay, I think it's focusing now. Perfect. Alright, so the first one is the easy cycle. Now the second one's called regular, the third one's called turbo, the last one's called fit. I'm going to give you a quick rundown about what they mean and how they work. So the first one, the easy cycle, this is for beginner. If you are a beginner of the carb cycling, this is probably the one for you, because it gives you 4 high carb days, 3 low carb days, and also you have 3 reverse days on those high carb days. Now, what I mean by reverse is that you can actually eat what I call a cheat meal or cheat food on those particular day in moderation. So I'm not going to get into the details in this video because it's not going to take forever. This is just give you a quick general information, fundamentals about how this cycles works. So yeah, so the first one is easy cycle, and then again that's good for a beginner because it's easier to stay with. And the second one is called regular cycle. Now the regular cycle is exactly the same as the easy cycle. The only difference is that it gives you only one cheat day or reward day on Sunday. Now the third one is called turbo cycle. So this is the one actually will maximize your weight loss. The reason why, because as you can tell here, it has actually 4 low carb days and also 3 high carb days. And also because of the low carb days, this actually requires the most commitment and also preparation to participate. Now the last one is a fit cycle. So this one is for people who are already super active and very fit. So this cycle will actually help you to maximize your muscle gain and also increase your performance. So all these 4 cycles are actually pretty straightforward and not very hard to follow. It all depends on your lifestyle. Once again, you can choose any one of them based on what you need. So why should we have reward day? There are 2 benefits of having a reward day. First of all, reward day will definitely make the whole process a lot easier. I'm a true believer that we should do things in balance and moderation. Let's be completely honest. It's really hard to ask yourself cut off those bad food or guilty pleasure completely for the rest of your life. I know I'm not going to be able to do that, and I don't think you are supposed to be doing that as well. What's the whole point of leaving then? I mean, we work really hard. I think we all deserve that little spoil moment from time to time, and as long as we're doing that in moderation. And also sometimes socially can be very awkward, especially like say for the Christmas season on the way, and you're going to a family function or company function. Everybody's enjoying the holiday suite where you are actually sitting in the corner and munching on carrots and lettuce and cucumbers, right? So people will think you're awkward. You're just gonna be feeling like you're not really fitting in this whole holiday atmosphere. So that's the reason why for lots of the nutrition plan on the market it's never worked, because they ask you to complete cut them out, and psychologically it's really hard unless you're one of those 1% of people who are super disciplined. They're just able to cut everything out overnight like that, right? I don't think I will be able to do that. I don't think most of people or most of us will be able to. And also, one thing I want you to understand is that when it comes to your fitness journey or wellness journey, it's not just about physical health. A lot of times it has everything to do with your mental health as well. Now, I've seen a lot of people go through the depression or frustration during their fitness journey because, just like I mentioned earlier, psychologically, socially, they feel like they're giving up everything they truly enjoy, and then they lost the purpose, right? So that's the reason why we should always have a reward day. Just psychologically, it's going to make us happier, and also there's just something that you can actually hope for at the end of your week. Now you know you work hard, there's something that you can celebrate for and you can be rewarded for, okay? So the second thing is on the physical level, is that once again, everything that we try to do while we're doing this carb cycling is trying to confuse or trick our body, right? But our body is actually very, very smart, because eventually our body will be able to catch up and figure out what we're trying to do. And that means that we're going to hit our plateau at that time. So by having that reward, they will allow us to not only replenish the all the carbs that we were missing from our low carb days, but also help us to actually reset our cycle, so your body will never figure out like what you're trying to do. And in fact, actually, in this whole carb cycling plan, you're supposed to be reset every 4th or 5th week as well. Depends on your individual response to the whole cycling plan. So what that means, for the whole week, you're supposed to be eating high carbs every single day. So every 4th or 5th week, you're supposed to eating the high carb every single day, and also you're still gonna incorporate the reward day as well. So now that we know what carb cycling is and how it works, the next question is how exactly carb cycling is helping us lose weight. Now, when it comes to carb cycling, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's all about manipulating our hormone and metabolism. Now, for our metabolism, normally it should be at a very stable state as long as you don't go under eating more than 96 hours. Now, when we look at our carb cycling plan, normally the cycling interval is between 24 hours to 48 hours. So the maximum after 48 hours, you'll be able to eat more carbs. So with that being said, even within the carb cycling period, your metabolism shouldn't be changing too much. There will be a tiny little bit different change between the low carb day and high carb days, but overall it shouldn't be too much. So this is where all the magic happens. Say when you're on the low carb day, this is where you're actually taking less calories as well. So obviously, because your metabolism will still stay at the same level, so when you're taking less carbs and less calories, you're creating that calorie deficit, and eventually that will actually help you lose all the weight. That's the reason why actually all the low carb days are the days where you lose all the weight. Now, the other thing that your body do is that when you go through the low carb day, you are actually depleting the glycogen stores in your body, and then what that means, your body will develop, or your muscle will develop insulin sensitivity. So once you move to the high carb day next day, your body is going through or doing something called super compensation. What that means, your body actually will use more carbs than it normally do, instead of storing it as fat. So even you're eating more carbs during the high carb days, you're actually not storing as fat because your body can use that more effectively. It actually can help you to boost up your metabolism as well. So that's how carb cycling is helping us lose weight. Personally, I'm a big fan of carb cycling because reason number one is very simple to follow. Like I said, all you need to do is remember 2 ways of eating: one high carb day and one low carb day. Simple as that. It's not complicated at all. Reason number 2 is very flexible. You can choose different plan based on your own fitness goal and also lifestyle. Number 3, and also most important one, is that carb cycling is sustainable. When you choose a nutrition plan, you really want to find something that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life. I'm talking about lifestyle change. I know a lot of people, when they enter their fitness journey, the first thing they want to know or they want to do is how I'm supposed to be reaching my goals. I know that's a very fair question, but what you don't understand is that goal will go away, but lifestyle will stay. So it's actually the other way around. Most people think, okay, if I reach my goal, then I can change my lifestyle. It's actually wrong. What you want to do is you want to change your lifestyle, then reaching your goal is much more doable and make it so much easier. Okay everyone, that's all for today's video. I hope you like it. If you did, please give a thumbs up and subscribe below, so this way you will never miss any of my future videos. Thank you very much again for watching. I'll see you next week.